Hello, I have gotten a lot of emails today about you guys saying that you're not really sure on what to do for this. It's very similar, actually easier than the other today's proof. You're going to use similar reasons. I'll go through one of these with you so that way you feel more confident. First of all, though, I'm going to tell you that the least amount of steps that you need for each of these varies. For this first one, if you do it correctly, your least amount of steps would be 3. So, you know your first statement and reason is you're given. You know what the third statement is. You just have to fill in that middle step. It's as easy as that. The second one is 4 steps and 4 reasons, obviously. The third one is 5. For each. The fourth one is 4 statements and 4 reasons. The fifth and sixth both have 3 statements and 3 reasons. So let's look at one of these together. If you take your time and look at the picture, they're really not bad at all. So we'll look at the second one. We are given, so we have to write this out, that PM, ray PM bisects angle SPN, and that the measure of angle 5 equals 25. That is your given. Draw it out. SPN is that angle. We know that ray PM bisects it. Bisectors mean that it cuts our angle in half. We're going to use that. And we also know the measure of angle 5 is 25. So we can say, because of angle bisectors, the definition of angle bisectors, angle 6 is congruent to angle 5. The definition of midpoint works very similar if you have segments versus angles. Our next step then, we want to switch to equality from congruence. So you're going to say the measure of angle 6 equals the measure of angle 5. And this is simply the definition of congruent angles. Same thing with segments. If you have congruent segments and you want to switch to equal segments, use the definition of congruent segments instead of the definition of congruent angles. Lastly, notice that these guys equal, and we know that measure of angle 5 equals 25. So by substitution, you can say the measure of angle 6 equals 25, which is what we were setting out to solve. This is by the substitution property, and you are already done. The rest of these problems are not much different than those. You might be dealing with a segment. You might be dealing with a different definition. You might be dealing with supplement theorem or complement theorem if they add an equal 180 or add an equal 90. They aren't much different than that. So go from there. You'll at least get one. Keep trying them though. You got to use your critical thinking skills. Have a great rest of your day.